are finally making this video. We're so awkward, so just excuse us. But we have some questions. This notebook is jank. Don't look at it. We have some questions.
College student budget.
What?
College student budget.
Literally. So we're gonna try to answer your questions.
Okay, it says, what do you look for in a first date? So,
What do you look for in a first date?
I don't know if this was like me personally, a first date. I don't know. I guess just quality time. I don't know. But quality time could be awkward, so maybe, I don't know, dinner, a movie, cliche first date. I don't know. I don't first date. So
I'm super low maintenance, so I literally will cry over anything. So if you get me a piece of gum, I'll probably freak out and cry. So I'm really down for whatever anytime. So I think it's just like you said, like like quality, like we want to spend time with you for sure. Just intentionality. I feel like any girl's looking for a guy that's intentional. That makes sense? No? Okay. My personal favorite. How many times do you eat a day? Whenever I get hungry, that's how many times I eat a day.
the question for me would be, how many times do you not eat a day?
Literally. We
So,
eat all the time.
yeah. Ooh, I like this one. Do boys get smarter when you get to high school?
Do boys ever get smarter?
Do you mean like
No.
academically? Because maybe.
Maybe a little bit.
That's
I
questionable
wouldn't push it
too.
though, yeah.
You know, they get somewhat easier to deal with. Somewhat. In some aspects. That's a really hard question because no, the answer is no.
The answer's
So.
Next question. Can I be y'all's bestie? Please hit us up. We always need something to do.
This one is, how do I find the perfect Christian guy for me to date? First of all, I'll start with saying there is no such thing as a perfect Christian guy, just like there's no such thing as a perfect Christian girl. So really it's just finding someone who seeks the Lord and keeps the Lord first, above all everything else. And so really it's just patience too. Patience and being intentional with your relationships with people. Definitely start with friendship for sure. I'll say that. Friendship is super important, especially because before you date that person, they're your brother or sister in Christ.
I would say, I think what God's been teaching me about that in my personal time with Him is, I love Genesis 2 about when He made Adam and Eve and how after He made Adam, He took a break for a second and then made Eve and then brought Eve, and she was a whole person by herself without that person, without Adam. And so I think it's just like not trying to find the perfect Christian guy, but for somebody to pursue you. Of course, like you say, that you hear that and that's cliche, but honestly though, like it's not about you finding somebody today, it's about the Lord bringing you somebody, kind of like He brought Adam and Eve. Just resting in His sovereignty and that He has somebody if that's His will for you, and He doesn't need your help with that. So yeah.
Especially being young too, because it's like, I know for so long I rushed so many things in my life. I rushed high school graduation, I rushed junior college graduation, I'm low-key rushing university graduation, just got here. But like, you know, I'm 20 years old, I just need to slow down and just like live life, honestly. Like, you don't get to do yesterday again. Like, just live life, and whatever the Lord has planned for you is going to happen. So
yeah. Next question says, why are boys stupid? Y'all are so funny. Okay, good question, sis. When you find out, just let me know.
I do want to point out that we love our guys. Like, we
do.
can't live without our guys. So, although y'all are dumb, we're also dumb. So, you know, Laurel or Yanni? And I will say Laurel.
Yanni. She's wrong. So I heard Yanni, and then I actually saw somebody write out Laurel, and now I heard Laurel, so it's just a big mess in my head right now. Question says, what is y'all's greatest fear? Okay, this is super serious, but it's kind of funny. My biggest fear is marrying somebody who's not funny. Like, I love to laugh. I could not imagine fake laughing for the rest of my life. So, that's just not fake laughing. Like, imagine somebody cracking a joke and you have to be like,
it's like that nervous laugh, like the other day at the union, I was like,
literally.
And it was so uncomfortable.
For the rest of my life? No way. There's no way. So that's an honest fear of mine. So if you out here and you love jokes, hit me up. Not really. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, but really though.
Okay, but really.
Not really, but really.
Not really, but really.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say this isn't like a greatest fear, but it's something that is
Okay, take it.
It's very like, it's super odd, but like, I can watch scary movies all day long, but if it has a little kid in it, it's just so scary. And so, like, playing tag or, like, chase with a kid is really, honestly, it freaks me out. Like, I just can't deal with, like, the little human being chasing you. Like, they're so small and fast, and it's like,
That's so
I don't like it. It's awful. Okay.
It's awkward.
And next time that you're being chased by your little sister, your little cousin,
Literally
yeah,
about you.
you're going to think about it, and you're going to be scared. So,
Next question. How much do you love Randy and why? Good one. These are all anonymous except for this one, obviously. I love Randy a whole lot. And just because she's the best person I know. She's super encouraging, and she doesn't know Randy. So
no,
it's
but I bet you're
awkward,
great.
But she's really great.
The next question is, how do you get through middle school?
Feels like forever ago.
I know.
Like an eternity.
Yeah, I know. I'd say, number one, just get through it. Honestly, one of my teachers said today is you never know that you can survive something unless you survive it. So just push through. Also, I loved middle school, but I also compared it to... Okay, well...
Who loves middle school, honestly?
Okay, well, I just thought it was fun. I don't know. Maybe... I don't know. But I was also that girl that was, like, standing outside the restroom, not using my restroom break, and reading my Twilight book. So that's me. And I can testify.
Hated middle school. Whoops. But most kids do, I feel like, that it's, like, an awkward time. Like, if you're in middle school, you know that it's awkward and hard. But especially, like, looking back, like, I was super awkward. And I'm still super awkward. Mm-hmm. So my advice, looking back, I wish I would have talked to my parents more. And that sounds silly, but my mom and my dad, like, were always there for me, and I just never utilized that resource that I had in them. I thought I knew best, and that I was the smartest, but to read your Bible, because that's honestly, like, your foundation has to be the Word of God, even at a young age.
If you don't have the opportunity, like, to talk to your parents, like, for instance, I didn't, because my parents were getting through, they were going through a divorce at this time, so I was, 12 years old, and my parents weren't necessarily together, so it was, like, kind of difficult for me to, like, go to my parents if it wasn't us yelling back and forth at each other. But I did find godly counsel, like, within my youth pastor and his wife, and just, just so many people that cared for me and cared for my family, and that, so yeah, there's always somebody that you can talk to, even if it feels like you don't have those people.
How do you handle stress, whether it's from school or boys or whatever else causes you stress? Okay, so this is a Sunday school answer, but prayer, my first go-to response when I'm stressed out, which is often, by the way, is prayer. I just love what the Bible says about prayer and how prayer produces peace in our lives. And, like, also, Philippians 4, 6, and 7 is a good resource for that, like, pray about everything. But also, in prayer, be thankful. Because my thing is, like, when I'm worried about one thing and my mind's, like, set on that issue. But when you're thankful about something in the midst of that, it changes your mindset. So, yeah, just be praying, like, in the middle of your stress. That sounds silly, but...
No,
I mean...
No, that's real life. Yeah, I definitely agree. I'd also say, I would write stuff down. Like, I know we talked about this earlier. We both have planners for everything. And what's funny about, like, this life is we can plan all day long. The Lord's like, haha, just plan.
Yeah,
but, like, with even simple things, like with school, I literally write down every single assignment that I have to do, or something that I have to do. Like, I have to go find stuff for, like, a wedding registry or something like that. And so I wrote down, like, go look at the registry. So, anyway, so, like, just something simple like that. Just write everything down. Kind of make a point to, like, look at that that you write down so you know. And, yeah. And honestly, like, if I'm confessing here, it's confession. But I'd say, like, I definitely sleep. Like, and that's, don't do it. Don't try this at home.
This is
but,
the unhealthy way of coping with
it is. It's so unhealthy. But,
like,
I'm being real. I'm honestly being real. Like, today I was kind of stressed out about an assignment I had already done. Like, I went to class and I was done with it. Like, it was over with. I came home and I was like, take my contacts out and went to sleep. I did. And I slept good, too. But anyway,
that's funny.
Is what can I do to become closer to God? And this also has to do with, like, through temptation or through just struggles and just general trials, honestly. I'd say for sure community. And, like, of course, whenever you're struggling with something and you know you have a relationship with Christ but you feel so far away, I know me personally, I'm so bad at, like, constantly going to someone like, okay, Kelsey, let me tell you what I'm struggling with, but I'm so hesitant to go to the Lord first. And so even if it sounds silly, like, literally just go to your car or go wherever, I don't know, your Clubhouse, I don't know what you do. I don't know how old people are watching this. You don't know. There's like 7-year-olds
dude.
and 18-year-olds, you know.
Club, go to
You
your
know.
clubhouse.
Just go wherever you're alone and pray out loud. It seems silly, but if
No,
you do
it's-
it over and over, you start to feel how empowered
So
it is.
good.
Like, it's so amazing. So, just do that, and then, like, after seeking the Lord first, like, just constantly seeking the Lord and waking up every day and choosing Him, like Luke 9:23 is, take up your cross and follow me daily. So, that is just a daily decision that you have to make, and so, or that you choose to make, and I should say that, but, and whenever you do that, you surround yourself with a godly community who is going to lift you up and encourage you in everything and also keep you accountable for other things too.
I love our God because He's an unmoving and unchanging God. And so I realize, like, when I'm spiritually, like, in my walk's dry or, like, it doesn't feel like I'm close to God, I just have to realize that it's not Him that's moved, that it's me, and that sounds like you've heard that before, but also, like, it's a lack of effort on our part. And the fact of it is that our God is alive and His Word's alive. So whenever we're, like you said, far away, like, we just need to go to the Lord in prayer, in His Word. And I feel like a lot of times when I'm, like, not really wanting to get in the Word is when He blesses me the most, or when He speaks the most, or when I needed to hear that. And so just remembering that, like, when we're faithful, He's faithful, and that's scriptural, and that He does love to hear from us. And so, yeah, just be encouraged and stay in the Word. What else do you want to say about anything?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so this was super awkward, but
But I mean, like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be us if it wasn't, so.
True. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this, if you're not, then you're missing out. But yeah, they wouldn't know because they're not watching it. Okay, we're sorry and we're awkward, so yeah.